Alright everybody, we are here now with some breaking news. We now have a PDS tornado warning in effect for sections of southwestern Alabama. This supercell that I mentioned on my community tab earlier went on to produce a very strong and damaging tornado southwest of Thomasville, Alabama. If you're in this area, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows and in an interior room. This has a massive debris signature. This thing is huge. It's damaging. It's possibly a violent tornado even that ended up ripping through the town of Coffeyville, Alabama. It crossed over Highway 84 and is now a particularly dangerous situation tornado northwest of Clarksville, heading up towards McIntyre and Chilton. This is one of the strongest tornadoes we have seen all year. Again, guys, this started out as a relatively weak tornado and became this. I mean, this is a massive CC drop. You don't see something like this with hardly any tornadoes. I mean, really, it's just the top 10% of tornadoes that you will see a CC drop that big with. You got a crazy velocity couplet here. Unfortunately, it is kind of hard to see due to the fact that we are pretty far away from the radar, but this is a PDS tornado warning. If you're not aware, PDS stands for particularly dangerous situation. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. If you're in this area, you need to run, do not walk to your safe spot. This is a deadly, violent, damaging tornado across southwest Alabama. This is heading up towards Thomasville. This is not a joke. This is the real deal. I mean, this is by far the biggest tornado that we have seen in a while. I mean, again, you've got a massive debris signature here. This thing is well over 5 miles wide. This is one of the biggest tornadoes that you will ever see in February. Guys, I mean, I really wish that I could give some better news here, but this is not showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. This is an extremely discreet supercell. So WNATOcast, I mean, for the 30% tour risk. Here we go, guys. This is a violent tornado. Again, you don't see something like this in February that often, if ever. So if you're in this area, you got to go. Don't even think about it. Just go. You have nothing to lose if you don't. You could lose everything. Or you have nothing to lose if you do. You could lose everything if you don't. Again, you want to get on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. All right? Basement works best. If you can't, get into a bathroom or a closet in the middle of your house. If you're in a mobile home, get out of there. Try to find a more substantial shelter. If you can't, lie flat in a ditch, but a mobile home is never the way to go when facing a tornado of this size, or really any tornado at all. But this is, again, a deadly tornado here, guys. This is extremely significant, and this is moving up towards Thomasville at a scary rate. Again, if this stays on the ground, this could do significant damage to Thomasville, Alabama. So again, if you know anybody in this area, send them this stream. Let them know what's going on. Again, we have a tornado that has a nearly 7-mile wide debris signature here. It has an insane velocity couplet. Again, it did before we weren't able to see it anymore anyway. And this is an extremely discreet supercell, once again, in a crazily primed environment out here. So this really is showing very little to no signs of stopping. So again, if you're in this area, we need you to take shelter now. Not in 5 minutes, not in 5 seconds, but now. Again, this is a life-threatening situation. This is one of the most dangerous situations you may ever find yourself in, all right? Again, I know Alabama is no stranger to seeing tornado warnings, but this one is different, guys. This is one of the biggest tornadoes that you will likely end up facing in your entire lifetime, if not the biggest. Again, this thing is damaging, it's deadly, and again, it may even possibly be violent. We really have no idea here. I'm trying to get the word out about this. I encourage you guys to do the same here. Share the stream. If you can't, just like and subscribe. That helps push this further into the algorithm. But this is a serious situation, and people need this coverage because this is a massive, damaging, and again, potentially violent tornado in southwestern Alabama right now. Again, you got to get to your safe spot. You got to try to cover your head. I mean, this is, again, just unbelievable right now. I mean, again, this is one of the biggest debris signatures I've legitimately ever seen. And we are far from radar, so the fact that it's picking up on this means that this is a very significant tornado with catastrophic potential. I mean, I don't see this stopping anytime soon, unfortunately. Thomasville likely holds about 1,000 people just based off the looks of things. If we were to get a little more specific here, we could ask Siri. Thomasville, Alabama population. But either way, again, this is a very significant tornado. It's actually a little higher than I thought. It's about 3,700 as of the 2020 census, so probably a little closer to 3,500 now. But again, very significant tornado. We did just get a new tornado warning for Laurel, Mississippi. We do have a kink of rotation in our line back out further to the west as well. This is not the only storm we're watching. This is about to approach Laurel, Mississippi, so if you're on Laurel, make sure that you're seeking shelter immediately. Again, lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows and in an interior room. This actually did go through the Bassfield-Soso area earlier, and there's no confirmation of it, but it is actually very likely that this did produce a tornado. It mentions possible tornado. There are trees down, so it is very likely that this did produce a tornado in actually the Bassfield-Soso area, which is crazy because, again, Bassfield-Soso, obviously, very rich tornado history in that area. Now, again, we've really got to stay focused in on our Alabama tornado here. Again, right now approaching the Thomasville area. I believe we just got a new SPC update, so I'm trying to pick something up here. But again, very significant tornado. This is a particularly dangerous situation. This is a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Again, it's going to go northwest of Fulton. My goodness. Again, that is a crazy debris signature. The tornado warning has just been condensed. It is still PDS. With that much debris, again, there's really no way that you could make it out of this okay unless you are taking every precaution necessary. Again, you got to get underground if you can. If you can't get underground, you got to get on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. You got to get in the middle of that building. You can't be near windows. This thing is a monster. I mean, again, this is one of the biggest tornadoes, or at least one of the biggest debris signatures we've ever covered. This is now over 9 miles wide on the debris signature. Obviously, the tornado's not. That's not even physically possible, but the area of debris that it's lofting up into the atmosphere is. This debris signature here reminds me a lot of the Fort Pierce, Florida wedge tornado that we had during Hurricane Milton. If you don't know, that was a high NDF3 tornado. So, again, we're not going to pre-rate this thing, obviously, while it's still ongoing. That would just be stupid, but just to kind of give you a realm of idea of what's going on here. I mean, this is just awful. Again, massive tornado with an unbelievable debris signature. Again, you don't see anything like this almost ever. Again, crazy stuff. Dude. I can't even believe it. New scan showing the exact same thing. Again, I am almost speechless here. Again, we have to hope and pray that this misses Thomasville. I mean, this is significant. This is a deadly tornado. Again, I mean, even if it's not on the ground at this point, it is still producing significant debris. Again, look at that massive debris signature. We are looking, a good few thousand, even tens of thousands of feet up into the atmosphere to see that, and it's still reflecting back onto the radar. It's that big old blue blob there. That is all debris being lofted by this tornado. Again, this is going to go pretty much right over Thomasville. I think my friend lives near Pilhine. Not sure. Hope it misses just in case. Where's Pilhine? Or Hillpine, not Pilhine. Hillpine, Alabama. I don't see that. Oh, Pine Hill. Sorry. Pine Hill, Alabama. So, the thing is if it were to hit Pine Hill, Alabama, we are at least 30 to 45 minutes from that happening. But I'm not going to say it's impossible. Again, while the actual tornado is likely going to be far from Pine Hill, the debris swath with this thing is like something that we've almost never seen before. So if this does make its way over to Pine Hill, it most certainly most certainly will end up dropping debris in that area. So make sure to let that friend know what's going on, because they're not currently under the tornado warning, so they may not understand the kind of situation that they're about to face. Make sure to send them this stream, because we are going to be here live covering this for as long as necessary, really. I mean, again, I was definitely not expecting this, but it is worth noting that we did see this tornado on the radar like a good half hour, even close to 45 minutes ago. This thing has been on the ground for a long time, guys, and it's still going, and it's still getting bigger. Again, this is a tornado of catastrophic proportions. At this point, I think if we had a better view of it on the velocities, they would go for a tornado emergency, and if it were closer to Thomasville. Again, Thomasville, you got to be in your safe spot now. It's looking like this is going to go west of you, but there is going to be so much debris fallout over the west side of Thomasville. Alright, see a Storm Chaser 575. Again, this is a significant situation here, guys. Again, I don't even, I don't know if we've ever seen anything like this live, in terms of a debris signature that significant. I mean, maybe Greenfield, maybe Fort Pierce, sure, but this is just insane. This is a devastating tornado. Again, I don't think you guys understand. We are legitimately, almost 100 miles away from this radar site, and we are still seeing one of the largest debris signatures in Alabama history. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. This is the kind of tornado that gets talked about for months, sometimes even years after it happens. And again, we are witnessing it firsthand over Glover, Tallahassee Springs, Choctaw Corner, and Thomasville. They did just issue a new tornado warning. It is an observed tornado warning, not a PDS. I guess that's just because there's no confirmation that this is still on the ground, but with the amount of debris here, I don't think that's what they should have done, but whatever. So new tornado warning. Again, that includes Thomasville, Finley Crossing, McWhirr, Rural, Round Hill, Choctaw Corner, Glover, and Tallahassee Springs. Seek shelter immediately if you've not already for whatever reason. You got to get underground if you can. If you can't get underground, get on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows, in an interior room. We also have a new tornado warning northwest of Waynesboro, Mississippi. It's an extension for the kink of rotation in our line of storms. That's also getting pretty concerning right now on the northwest side of Laurel, Mississippi. If you're in Laurel, seek shelter now. Again, this previously produced a tornado closer to Bassfield, so please take this as seriously as possible. I mean, again, an unbelievable outbreak of tornadoes ongoing right now. This is crazy. Let's update this. Let's go and update that to PDS as well. I don't have a PDS tornado warning layout yet because we reset them all recently, but we'll put that on there for right now. Again, this is insane. Again, this is one of the craziest things I've seen on radar in live time. Look at that. That does not even look real. I mean, we knew that we were going to be facing a significant severe weather threat today, but I don't think a single person could have guessed this was the kind of thing we'd be dealing with. Again, now over Thomasville, Alabama, pretty much. Again, this is going to continue to trek northeastward towards Pine Hill, Sweetwater. It's going to cross Highway 43, eventually making its way towards Clay Hill and Vineland. But, again, pretty much everybody at this point that's even within a 25-mile radius of this tornado needs to get in their safe spot, because this thing, the debris ball with it is unbelievable. Wow. So, again, we're going to be dealing with this for a while here. I don't see this stopping anytime soon. Rotation getting even stronger with our Laurel storm. Again, that certainly could have an ongoing tornado with it. There's no debris signature or anything, but we are talking well over 100-mile-an-hour gate-to-gate shear, or I guess at 100-mile-an-hour gate-to-gate shear, but either way. we will likely see something happen with that within the next few minutes. The PDS tornado warning has been canceled, or it's expired, rather. And for whatever reason, the new warning is only an observed warning. It's not PDS, but, yeah, I mean, 10-mile wide debris signature nearly 9 miles wide. Again, this is the kind of situation where if this was happening over one of our bigger metros in Alabama, like Montgomery or Birmingham or Tuscaloosa, this would be a tornado emergency, most likely. Again, I wish we had better radar data because we have no idea what's going on velocity-wise at this point, and reflectivity doesn't give us a clue either, but all we know is that whether there's a tornado down with this or not, this is an unbelievably significant debris signature. Wow. So new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for sections of southeast Mississippi. This is a large one, encompassing most of the southern side of our line of storms here, all the way from Hattiesburg back up towards Laurel. If you're in this area, make sure you're moving indoors. Some 60-mile-an-hour winds, some quarter-size hail, and several kinks of rotation have been developing in this line, so keep that in mind. But again, this is significant, guys. We have to go back to our Thomasville storm. Again, if you know anybody out here in the entirety of Alabama, please send them this stream, because this is, again, I don't think we've ever had an Alabama tornado that we've covered live that's been this strong. And that says a lot. So, no, it's not still PDS for whatever reason. I wish it was still PDS. This is a 10-mile wide debris signature. But I don't know, dude. I mean, again, I wish I could say that this is going to end soon, or that it's coming to a close, but it doesn't look like it is. So we should see a new tornado warning get issued soon by the National Weather Service. Again, it's two different National Weather Service offices here. This one's in Mobile. I believe the next counties over are going to be National Weather Service Birmingham. So we'll see what kind of tornado warning they throw out for this. But this is a scary situation. Again, this is one of the biggest tornadoes we have likely ever covered. And it makes me think that it's still on the ground. The fact that the debris signature is still this significant. Again, that does not even look real. I mean, if you told me this is what we were going to be covering tonight, I would not have believed you. I really figured we were not going to have to go live again tonight, but again, I really don't believe it. Again, significant tornado over Laurel, Mississippi, trying to develop, if not already on the ground. Again, no debris signature with it or anything, so we can't confirm it, but it very well could be trying to touch down at this time. So if you're in that area, seek shelter now. We have been live for almost 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, again, this is not good. Again, Thomasville, if you're just not tuning in, is being impacted by a significant tornado of unbelievable proportions. That blue blob there, that is debris being picked up by the tornado, thrown tens of thousands of feet up into the atmosphere, and raining all over Choctaw Corner, Glover, Thomasville, up towards Clay Hill, approaching Vineland. If you or anybody you know is in this area, just get underground if you can. If you can't, you've got to get in the middle of your house. You got to get away from the windows, interior room, lowest floor. I mean, this is, again, a very significant situation. Again, I don't know how we're only dealing with an observed tornado warning here. I mean, I guess technically the actual tornado may have lifted by this point, but either way, this debris signature is unbelievable. Again, it's about to get serious here for areas like Clay Hill, Vineland, Pine Hill, Kimbrough. So if you're in this area, seek shelter, if you have not already for whatever reason. New tornado warning has been issued north of Butler for Pennington and Lisbon, Alabama. Seek shelter immediately. This is for a kink of rotation in our line of storms once again. Right there east of Hurricane Creek, Mississippi, right up along the Mississippi-Alabama state line. If this was not producing a tornado at this time, or it's not going to within the next 10 or 20 minutes, I would be shocked. That is an unbelievable velocity couplet. Again, the bad news with this one is that this is a very populated area. This is right on the north side of Laurel, Mississippi. This is big. Wow. Okay. We have a little bit of rotation developing back here near the seminary area. We also got more damage reports of downed trees from our tornado that impacted Bassfield so-so. Wow. Again, a devastating tornado, to say the least. Okay. So let's go back over to our Thomasville storm again. Still an unbelievable debris signature. Brennan Kopic and Corey Gherkin just driving through it. Again, you got to seek shelter if you're out here, guys. These are professionals. Don't try to replicate these moves. Just to be frank, again, it sounds dramatic, but it will get you killed, most likely, if you don't know what you're doing out here. Again, you see that deep, dark blue color there. That is, I mean, those are pieces of homes, businesses. I mean, that's got to be like concrete to be that dark blue and be tens of thousands of feet up in the atmosphere. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. This long-lasting. Again, it was on the ground well before we were live here as well. I was eating dinner. The 1 second we take a break, this happens. Brennan Kopic has heavy wind and rain. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, dude. If I were him, I would not be driving through this, but obviously he's a professional. I really think that this is an ongoing tornado northeast side of Laurel, Mississippi. I almost have no doubts, but we don't have any debris signature, so technically there's no way to say, yep, it's on the ground. But I would be hard-pressed to find out that that is not an ongoing tornado. I mean, that is one of the wildest velocity couplets I've seen in a minute. Again, we're talking 73 against 64, so 140 gate to gate shear. Is there a CC drop? If you're talking about the CC drop over here, this is not debris, so that's not an ongoing tornado. That is contamination. But either way, I mean, this is about to be significant. Something is. We got a donut hole. Holy crap. So, back over to our Lisbon-Pennington storm. Broad rotation. Again, it's kind of hard to see because we're very far from all the radars out here. We have no tornado warning for this now, by the way. For whatever reason. Debris signature is starting to look a little less significant. So it is likely that this tornado has dissipated. But, I mean, again, you got to be in your safe spot if you're out here. We've still got debris at least a few thousand feet up in the atmosphere over Clay Hill through Thomasville. I mean, that is significant. So, back over to our Laurel storm. Again, waiting for another velocity scan here, but this looks intense, guys. I would not be surprised to see a CC drop pop up here over the next few radar scans. That's going to be approaching Sandersville, Mount Olive, and surrounding areas in southeast Mississippi. So, anybody out here in this area, make sure that you're taking this as seriously as possible. Make sure you're seeking shelter, obviously. I know not a lot of people take this too seriously out here, but this is well more dangerous than your average tornado warning. Again, this is going to approach Sandersville and Heidelberg. Again, that is a wild velocity couplet, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of shocked about what we just saw. That was one of the biggest tornadoes that we've seen in a few months. I mean, that was really quite unbelievable. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think we've seen anything like that on Alabama live on stream. Which, again, we've covered a lot of Alabama tornadoes in the years that this channel has been around. But that was one of the most significant ones. Now the debris signature is completely gone. It fell apart that fast. So you guys should be fine out there, but we're going to watch that storm like a hawk to see if that recycles anything. But you're good to leave your safe spot, everything like that at this point in time. But don't be surprised if later something else bad happens. And we are going to be the first people to let you know. Okay, so, again, this is still quite shocking. A relatively new mesoscale discussion has been issued for sections of Alabama and Mississippi. Strong tornado potential expanding east outside of our watch box, so they may end up extending this watch further into sections of eastern Alabama here. I would not be shocked to see that. The threat for strong tornadoes, destructive winds of 70 to 80 miles an hour, and large hail all still exist over the next several hours. So if you're out here in Alabama, get ready. It is your turn. Mississippi has had their fair share of severe storms today, and they're going to continue to here for the next hour or so. But Alabama, get ready here. Again, this is going to be quite intense for the next couple of hours, I'd imagine. Again, that was insane. It really was. I mean, again, I don't think we've covered an Alabama tornado that strong since this channel's been around. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just go back to coverage now. So, 3 more tornado warnings in effect here for sections of Mississippi and Alabama. Really just 2 storms that we're watching at this point. We're watching our storm very closely near Sandersville, and we're also watching our storm near Lisbon-Pennington, but not quite as closely. 1, it's not as populated of an area, and 2, it's not nearly as strong of a velocity couplet. Now, again, our Laurel storm here looks very significant at the moment, but at this time, we can't confirm that there's an ongoing tornado. We have no debris signature. We have no reports of an ongoing tornado from chasers or anything, and because of the population of this area, I'd imagine we would see if this was on the ground at this point. So I'm going to guess that that's not on the ground, but stay in your safe spot, because any minute now we could end up seeing something significant with that. We do have some more broad rotation developing back further off to the southwest near the Seminary area, and then also some rotation north of Sumrall, Mississippi. But at this point in time, we don't have any ongoing tornadoes that we can confirm. Now, does that mean that there's not ongoing? Absolutely not. We've had these surprise tornadoes pop up all day long, but for right now, I think we're going to say we're in the clear here for a little bit, but we are going to stay on stream just in case anything intense does happen, because we don't want to miss it. And again, if something intense were to happen, I would guess it would be with our Sandersville storm here. But again, the fact that there's no debris signature with this, in this populated of an area this close to radar, I'm going to guess that means that there's no ongoing tornado. I guess it's not necessarily that we're this close to radar, but it's just we're not super far away. We're about 65 miles, 70 miles, which normally that would be quite hard to see debris signature with, but with tornadoes of this intensity, you will see if there is a debris signature. Whether you're 1 mile away or if you're as far as 100 miles away. I mean, it really looks quite similar velocity couplet-wise to our Thomasville storm before it produced. So again, we got to get ready here. Again, tornado warning going all the way out towards Heidelberg, even as far northeast as the Barnett area. And our southern one here issued by another National Weather Service office just to be safe, but realistically this area really doesn't have too much of a threat. Maybe the far northwestern corner of Wayne County here, but I would imagine that you should end up being just fine. Maybe if you're in like Ucutta, make sure you're getting to your safe spot, but outside of that, I really would not bet on anybody else in this tornado warning having to worry at this point in time. You're going to have this line approaching you later on in the night, and that may cause some problems damaging wind-wise, but nothing too intense as of right now. Again, it's all going to be off to your north there. Again, I still can't believe we just saw that near Thomasville. That was unbelievable. Wow. Again, I was kind of saying earlier today, it's good that we got by with the Columbia, Mississippi tornado being the most significant one of the event, because really it only left a few minor scars. But unfortunately, that did not end up being the case at this point. Corey Gherkin and Brandon Kopic looks like they're ongoing search and rescue. But I mean, at this point, there's nothing else you can do than pray that everybody took the warning seriously. We got this coverage out there, luckily. So I'm glad we're able to help. But there are some tornadoes that unfortunately will do damage and unfortunately cause some fatalities no matter what. And I'm not saying this was one of them, but I'm saying it's a possibility. Again, I mean, that was very intense. Like, if you are not in the weather community, just know that a debris signature like this, if you end up getting impacted by this, this is the biggest tornado you see in your life. I mean, this is insane. It's just crazy. Again, looking from our Mobile radar here, our velocity couplet on the Sandersville storm looks even more impressive. Wow. Yeah, this is getting quite serious. Again, I don't know how we don't have a debris signature with this. This is almost certainly an ongoing tornado. I mean, we've got 120 mile an hour gate-to-gate shear, guys. That is insane. That is crazy, dude. Okay. What's up, Mr. Twister? So again, rotation strengthening there just east of Sandersville. Mr. Twister, I don't know if you saw, but our Thomasville, Alabama tornado ended up getting very significant in terms of its debris signature. At one point, it was over 10 miles wide. This is the debris that we were dealing with here. That was, as I've said several times, one of the strongest Alabama tornadoes that we've covered on this channel, if not the strongest. Again, that is crazy. And now we're going to have the potential to see something similar here, unfortunately, all the way back in Mississippi. So, again, donut hole and everything there on radar. I mean, this is about as close as you get to having a tornado on the ground without having a tornado on the ground. I mean, it really is, guys. 120 gate to gate. Again, this is going to be right up along the Wayne, Jasper, Clark County line here. Wayne, Jasper, Clark, Jones. These are the 4 counties that we are watching this tornado travel over right now. Right up along the Quad County line here. Holy crap. Yeah, we are talking 138-mile gate-to-gate shear there. Some quick math. I would be shocked if we don't see something out of this. I really hope we don't, but this is unbelievable. Wow. Again, if you are in this area, you got to take this seriously and get to shelter now. The Wayne County issue is... No, the tornado was not 10 miles wide, but the debris signature was. If you're in Wayne County, this is not quite as big of a deal. However, we're still going to watch this for you in the extreme northern portion of the county, just to see if any debris does end up traveling through your region, if a tornado does end up touching down here. So, stay safe. No, the tornado was not 10 miles wide. That's not even physically possible. The largest tornado in history, El Reno, about 2.5 miles wide, so... Again, this is... I mean, if you pair this up with, like, a big debris signature... Again, this is the kind of thing that ends up prompting a PDS tornado warning or even a tornado emergency. So, if this does end up touching down, this could be one of the most significant tornadoes that we end up seeing today. I'm just going to put that out there right now. So, let's hope that it doesn't. Unfortunately, there's not a lot stopping this storm. It's kind of similar to the Thomasville situation. This cell's not nearly as discreet or organized, but, I mean... Another problem is that, again, we don't have good radar coverage out here. But yeah, I mean, this is right up along the Wayne, Clark, Jasper, and Jones County line here. That area where the green and red colors meet. As the old number 1 rule, Radar 101 goes. Alright, new CC scan not showing us any debris or anything like that. We gotta hope that it stays that way, otherwise we are gonna have a big problem. Okay, velocity's weakening. I think it kind of got choked off because, again, it's not fully discrete. But we'll see, man. I mean, definitely not gonna give up on that just yet. And we'll likely see an extension of our tornado watch soon for portions of central and southeast Alabama, as the Storm Prediction Center recently mentioned. We just got an update to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. The enhanced risk has now been shrunk down. However, it still does include sections of southeast Mississippi, southern, and central Alabama here. We are talking about that slight risk extending back into portions of Georgia now. It's a little bit further east than it was originally. The risk is also staying a little bit further down to the south. Originally, Birmingham was under a slight risk. Now it is under no risk. However, we are still going to end up seeing some weaker thunderstorms in the Birmingham metro, producing some gusty winds just on the edge of our line there, but nothing too serious. Maybe some flash flooding at worst. But... still got that enhanced risk of severe weather. I'd be shocked if we still don't have a 10% hatched. Yes, we do. And 30% wind risk also still in place. 5% hail still there as well. So, again, just... I don't really have much to say other than what we've been saying over and over again. We can't let our guard down on a single storm here. These have all recycled and produced tornadoes and lifted and touched back down. They've all caused us some problems tonight. So, again, this has been a long day of coverage. We, in total, we're nearly 3 hours deep now. And we just got a new tornado warning for that storm there for Quitman and Shibuya, Mississippi. So if you're in that area, seek shelter. Again, I think in general that velocity couplet's starting to weaken out a little bit, so we'll see what happens. And at this point, it's mainly going to be damaging winds that we watch out for. Right now, this line is producing damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour. All the way from the Butler, Alabama area back through Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So, there was a very menacing wall cloud with our Mississippi storm. A very low-hanging one over Laurel. However, still not confirmed that it produced anything. Okay. Sorry. We'll log back in here. I mean, again, at this point, we're kind of back to the situation where we were with the other stream, where now we're really not seeing much. But we have to be on the lookout just in case, because last time we weren't, and things went bad real fast as soon as we left. So, and we're going to watch this. And it's traveling east-northeast, about 40 miles an hour there. Alright, tornado warning has been canceled for our Lissman storm, the Lissman-Pennington one. However, it's quite ironic. This rotation is heading exactly in that direction. So if you're in this area, like Butler, Needham, Gilberttown especially, do not go to sleep yet if that's what you were planning on or something. We're going to watch this here for a while to make sure this doesn't do anything, because this is pretty concerning at the moment. It was even more concerning earlier, but still got to watch it. Again, the Storm Prediction Center still saying that strong tornadoes going to be possible throughout the evening here, especially across sections of extreme southeast Mississippi and southwestern as well as south central Alabama. Damaging winds up to 80 miles an hour, a possibility according to them. I would kind of cap that further down at like 65 or 70 miles an hour based on what we've seen so far today. And they say hail up to $half size. I mean, right now we are seeing likely some hail larger than that with our line here, so we'll see. But significant storms here for the rest of the night, for sections of the Deep South for sure. And I am tired. Wow, okay. So that new velocity scan there, really putting this back together. That is, again, approaching the Shibuya area. It's going to go closer to Summerall, but that is not really a town, it looks like. And, again, these rotations further down in the southwest are starting to broaden out a little bit, so we don't have to worry about those quite as much. At this point, we are all locked in on this one storm. It's been a minute since we've only had one storm to watch, but here we go, guys. So again, this is going to be approaching Quitman, Davis, DeSoto, Hale, Summerall, Shibuya, Sells Prairie, Brewer, Chancellor, Linton, Nancy, Goodwater, Langsdale, Matherville, Crandall, all these areas here. You need to be getting to your safe spot immediately. We've got significant rotation southeast of Goodwater, Mississippi. We got a donut hole and everything there on radar. Very significant rotation with this storm approaching your area there. Originally, this did produce a tornado further off southwest towards the Bassfield-Soso area, and that is going to continue to be a potential as it pushes northeastward towards these areas. Again, it's going to cross Highway 45, and it's going to have the potential to do significant damage if it touches down. This is not going to be one of those tornadoes where it touches down for 2 seconds and then lifts like our Columbia, Mississippi tornado. This is going to be one that sticks with us for a while. So if this touches down, we could have some problems, but we got to hope that that doesn't happen and that this just stays as a little rotating cloud up there in the atmosphere. Not typically scientifically correct, but technically, not typically. But yeah. It's about all we have to watch at this point. So rotation continuing. However, at this point, weakening again. Let's see if Jesse wants to join stream. Alright, we're getting Jesse on stream here, chat. We may get Vincent on too. I know he's live, but maybe he'll join us as well.
Yo.
What's up?
What is up? What's up, stream? Wait, so did that Thomasville tornado end up striking the town?
Not that we can tell.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, my phone died right before that happened.
Yeah.
And we were like an hour away from home.
Gotcha. Yeah, we've still got a rotation, an area of rotation to watch approaching Shibuya, Mississippi. This is the one that actually previously produced a tornado that went through Bassfield and Soso, Mississippi.
Oh, dang.
So.
Oh, yeah, there's a very strong velocity couplet there.
Yeah. And that's going to approach Summerall and Sells Prairie over the next few minutes. No problem, Wayne. Oh, did he go to eat? Did Mr. Storman stream? Do you know, Jesse?
Let me check. Sorry. Dude, those pictures you sent to the group chat's crazy. That's a strong velocity couplet.
Yeah. I mean, that is... Again, that is crazy. Did you see the debris signature with the Thomasville one?
I did. That thing was massive.
Yeah.
He did indeed end stream.
It was over 10 miles wide, based off radar.
Crap. Did we see a lot of debris fall out from that?
Yeah. At this point, it's literally just a thunder shower. I mean, it's crazy today how they've been going from wedge-producing tornadoes down to thunder showers in 10 minutes, but...
Yeah, that is crazy. I don't know if this is exactly why, but I think it has to do with, we don't have a ton of mid-level shear.
Yeah, well, we don't have a lot of shear, and then also our cape values are nothing crazy at this point in night, and they're going to continue to get lower. But even at this point, we've only got, in the area where the Thomasville tornado actually happened, even while it was happening, there was only about 700 joules per kilogram of cape.
Yeah, it was insane.
I mean, I think that is the strongest tornado I've seen with only 700 cape, though.
For real, to that. It looks like for that storm, we did have some surface vorticity and 3 cape overlapping, so that could have been why it got so intense. There.
By the way, guys, if you don't know, we did have a brief tornado in the Florida Panhandle yesterday. It's crazy. I was waiting all day to go live yesterday, and this was unwarned. I didn't even see it happen until later that day. But the tornado from yesterday on the north side of Pensacola that ended up ripping off a roof of a store infamously, but it ended up getting rated EF1, injured 3.
That's insane. That's crazy. It was only on the ground for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a minute
It did
max.
that much damage.
So
That is crazy. Has Levi gone live today?
I believe so, yes.
He did, okay.
Let's see, is he still live? He might be. No, he's not.
Dude, that's crazy Summit. I'm going to Summit tomorrow. Holy crap.
That's actually wild.
Wild work. He did go live, okay.
Yeah, by the way, guys, this is going to be my last stream for probably, honestly, like, at least a week, because we've got Summit this weekend, so unfortunately, as I've said several times today, I'm not going to be able to go live for Saturday, or Sunday for that matter, which also looks to be somewhat big. And then also, after we're home from Summit, it looks like things are going to slow down a little bit, of course. So there's probably going to be, I mean, this is probably going to be the last stream here for several days.
Do you think Saturday is going to go moderate? I saw a lot of people talking about that.
I think we need an uptrend in the models, but because at this point, if you look, we have like 1,500 cape. That's not going to be enough for a moderate risk, no matter how much shear we have.
Oh, yeah, to that. That was crazy that we could see that tornado from the traffic cam.
Yeah, that was one of the Raider Omega Cyclone ports.
That was insane. Oh, that was from the Cyclone port. Yeah, I was in the middle of the world's largest Bass Pro Shop located in Springfield, Missouri, and then all of a sudden I see pictures of tornadoes. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's funny because I said the last time I've seen something like that on a Raider Omega Cyclone port was the Columbia, Tennessee tornado. This is the Columbia, Mississippi tornado.
That is funny.
Alright, so velocities continuing to weaken out here. However, they are still somewhat strong, and actually, they're not necessarily weakening out, they're just becoming more broad. But we still have gate-to-gate shear at 150 miles an hour here. That is contaminated, but that's still somewhat significant. So if you're in this area, again, make sure you're seeking shelter. We don't have any ongoing tornado that we can confirm at this time, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. This is a rural area, and there's no chasers out here either, so there may just be one ongoing that is unknown about at this time. But we do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing, 2 of them associated with our line of storms, but one of them being for one of our cells out here in Alabama, has the tornado possible tag. It's broadly rotating off to the west of Bethel, so if you're in this area, make sure moving indoors. But that's going to get swallowed up very soon by our line, and again, there's almost no cape in this area to support these anyways. And again, all this up here in northern Alabama is just going to be a big old bag of rain. We don't have any storm juice up here. There's no cape. It's not really a lot of shear. And the storm mode's obviously horrible. So we're not going to end up seeing anything other than maybe some flooding up here in northern Alabama. But the spot to watch at this point for the rest of the night is going to be south central Alabama. We're really going to have to focus in on areas like Montgomery, just due to sheer population, obviously. But anywhere that this line manages to spin up a little kink of rotation can become significant. I mean, just like this. Again, this produced the Bassfield Sosa tornado earlier. And we could see a few more tornadoes from this line as we continue to go later into tonight's. Do I need a mod? I do not need a mod. We have plenty of mods. But yeah. So again, it really all comes down to this next velocity scan here. Because, I mean, this could be... Okay, and there we have it. I was going to say it could have fallen apart by now, but it is not. I mean, again, that is just such... again, as I said earlier, I mean, this is the closest you get to having a tornado without having a tornado. I mean, there's no debris signature or anything like that, but that is crazy. We've got 116 mile an hour gate-to-gate shear. We've had this for, I mean... At this intensity, we've honestly had it for like an hour now, I want to say. So if we haven't seen at least a brief tornado at this point, other than the Bassfield-Soso one, I would be quite surprised. And again, this is eventually going to make its way up to Junction City, Crandall, Shiloh, Pine Ridge, Hinton, and West Butler, right up along the Mississippi-Alabama state line, all those areas that got hit by our Lisbon-Pennington storm. About to get in on some more action here over the next little while, so don't let your guard down.
Was that our first PDS tornado warning of 2025? Or?
No, we had, do you remember Pelahatchie, Mississippi?
I do not.
It was with Winter Storm Blair. That was a PDS.
Oh, okay, yes, I do.
It was only EF1, but it was PDS.
It was PDS. Oh, I do remember that. Okay, yeah. That's crazy. Today has been insane.
See, the National Weather Service, they have said that tornado emergencies are usually reserved for situations where we see EF3 plus tornadoes, but I like to think the scale works like this. EF0 to EF1, usually that's when they end up using an observed tornado warning. If it's EF2, I think that's usually whenever they try to strike for a PDS tornado warning, and if it's EF3 to EF5, I think that's usually what they think for Tori. I imagine they try to reserve PDS tornado warnings for tornadoes EF2 intensity or greater. They haven't said that, and obviously that's not true for all situations. It matters about population, the environment the storm's heading into, and that kind of stuff, but I'd imagine that's kind of what they try to shoot for there. So, again, this is going to be approaching Brewer and Sells Prairie over the next few minutes. This is honestly moving pretty slowly. It says northeast at 50 miles an hour. I don't think that's the case at this point. I'd say it's closer to 35 miles an hour, maybe 40. What's up, Matt? But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Some people woke up this morning to a slight risk, and then we end off with a significant tornado outbreak that will be remembered for a while. Again, 10% hatched is still in effect there as of the new SPC update for sections of south central Alabama as well as southeast Mississippi. Damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour also remain a potential with this line as it continues to push eastward. Again, in total, we did about 3 hours of coverage today, so...
Oh, dang.
We locked in, I guess you could say. But...
W. Allen Crow, by the way. Holy crap.
Yeah. How's New Orleans? At this point, New Orleans is fine. New Orleans, you got that tornado watch for 30 more minutes. but you're good. Worst case scenario, we end up falling apart on this. No, worst case scenario, we end up seeing some rain showers move through your area. Yeah, we've been watching that for a while. Arcs at this point, though, it's pretty broad. We'll see if it tightens up at all, but... How have I been? I've been pretty okay. That's just been living life.
We're about to have a lit weekend, though.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, the NAM reaches out to Saturday. Let's go.
First thing I'm looking at is keep. Oh, well, it reaches out to Saturday technically, but it's at midnight.
Yeah.
It just barely. It's funny. No, you're good. It reaches out exactly to midnight. That's funny.
Yeah, I just thought that was cool. I'm sorry.
You're good. It reaches out to Saturday.
I should have specified. Oh, there was another plane crash.
In Arizona.
No, there was a new one today.
Another one?
Fighter jet. What's up?
Another one?
Yeah, a fighter jet crashed into San Diego Harbor.
Holy crap.
California.
That's actually insane.
That is insane.
That's
so there
4
was one
now.
in Arizona yesterday, another one today in San Diego.
That is 4 within the past 2 weeks.
That is insane. 2 within the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was driving through southern Missouri here after the snow. We saw about 5 cars in a ditch. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the roads were bad. We fishtailed like 3 times. It was kind of scary.
Yeah, it's snowing right now. But we had a lot of ice earlier, so I can imagine tomorrow morning travel conditions are not going to be great. Hopefully it's all melted by then, but...
Yep. Holy crap. Yep, so if you guys are traveling after these snows, make sure you guys are staying safe, because I know we got a lot of people heading to Summit.
Yeah.
Are you going to be seeing snow on your way?
Not while I'm on the way, no.
No? Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, I love your new overlay. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, thank you. This is like the first big event that I've gotten to use it for, so
yeah, it looks real good.
Thank you.
Of course.
We're traveling tomorrow 11 hours northeast to Kentucky from Louisiana. That is going to be a long drive, my friend, but luckily it'll be a safe drive.
That's good.
Apparently we have severe weather over her in the Savannah River Valley for Sunday. Potentially we're watching it very closely. I'm assuming the Savannah River Valley is Savannah, Georgia? Am I dumb? Oh, yeah. Okay, Savannah River. So Sunday, if you're not aware, there's going to be a much bigger event on Saturday that we end up sending across parts of Dixie Alley. And sure, Sunday you could pick up on some of the remnants of that, but it shouldn't be anything too intense. Some hail, some wind, some isolated tornadoes is like what we'll be dealing with, but it is a little too early to say.
Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be back though.
Alright, bet. Worst case scenario, we end up falling apart on the stereo. I was just thinking, because we were talking about that last night, because Jesse said he heard the first song for the first time yesterday, so we were making jokes about it. I was like, I have to slide this in here. Look at how far this has progressed, dude. There's no way. This was originally our southeast Macomb storm? Wait. Oh, it was not the North New Orleans. Okay. This was originally our storm in southeast Macomb, though, that was tornado warned. Because we were live for that. It goes northeast. It produces a tornado. It lifts. It strengthens unbelievably. It weakens again. And now we're here. This part of the line has just been cranking today. By the way, for any of you guys that are interested in gaming content, if you haven't already, make sure to go check out the Davis's Games channel. We're starting a new series over there that I haven't revealed this yet. I haven't revealed any of the players. There's going to be a lot more than we've ever had in any previous seasons, and Jesse is going to be in it, but you didn't hear that from me. So go check out that trailer over on my second channel, Davis's Games. It's the Fading Life trailer. If you don't know what the Minecraft Life series is, I explained it very well in that intro, I think, and then we kind of explained the twist that we're going to be doing this season to make it Fading Life. And I really think this is going to be a great series. We put a lot of work and thought into this, and again, it's going to be more players than we've ever had before in a Life series, hopefully. And it should be starting sometime late February, early March, perhaps. But we've been waiting to do this for so long. We've had this planned out since, like, New Year's, so very excited. I know, Arks. Augusta to Savannah. No, you're good. That's my bad. I didn't know. I just didn't know where that was. I got you, though. Let me go ahead and grab a charger really quickly. My phone is on 1%, so I will be right back, everybody. And we are back. Sounds cool. Yeah, I'm judging by your profile picture. I would imagine you would enjoy it. That's all I'll say. We do have a new tornado warning as well. Give me just a sec. It is a Minecraft series, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear or not. And now we have another new tornado warning, unless that's just it glitching out and doing the same warning twice. But no, we do have two new tornado warnings. So one of them is an extension for our area of rotation that we've been watching for forever now. It is, again, for Lisbon, Pennington. So I know you guys dealt with this earlier, but you got to seek shelter again, unfortunately, lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows in an interior room. I believe earlier you were under a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know if you're under a tornado warning. But Butler, seek shelter, all you guys. And then we do have a new rotation as well. It's not new. We've been watching it for a while, but it is starting to strengthen a little bit further. So Waynesboro, Mississippi, make sure you're getting to your safe spots. That is the most concerning one at this point. Quite strong, but luckily pretty broad at this point in time. There's no real overlap in the velocities there, and there's no debris signature, so we're good at this point. But There's a donut hole, so we may have some problems with this. Don't know if it's quite as strong as our one was earlier in Mississippi, but that's actually not a bad idea, Mr. Twister. I am going to let you in on another secret. We were thinking about doing another season of the Life series that's Weather Life with just a bunch of weather creators. So, and I talked about this as well with Jesse yesterday. I wanted to do a fan life where we just play with a bunch of fans. So we've got so many ideas in store for the Life series because it's something that we experimented with a lot on this channel before Davis's Games existed. But Davis's Games is really going to be a much better place to play with this with. The editing, I want to work on my editing skills in general with this series. Just because I'm nothing special right now. I really should be a lot better at it for how big my channel is. But I'm just excited. I'm a freshman, Orcs. Yeah, so unfortunately I have to do it on Bedrock because not everybody has Java. I'd love to do it on Java, but unfortunately we can't. But, you know, what are you going to do? So. You suck at editing too? Yeah. I've had a lot of practice with it, but still nowhere near as good as I could be, and I think that's because of the editing software I use. I use iMovie. Might be one of the biggest channels to use iMovie as their main editing software. Actually, that's a stretch. I'm sure Apple does. Wow. Looking from the Mobile radar, that is crazy tight rotation. And that is technically the radar we should be using at this point. It is the closest, barely. So, again, if you're in Waynesboro, seek shelter. But Mr. Storm just texted me. He said his house is on fire, so that's cool. I'm not even joking. He just said, my house might be on fire. 2 police, 2 fire trucks, and 1 ambulance. Okay. Just a casual, yep. Dude, should I do a face reveal, chat? I'll do a face reveal, yep. One day. I'll do a face reveal when we hit 1 million subscribers. This is a mask. This isn't really me. He said he's fine, though. I asked him, he's like, yeah, I'm good. It's like, okay. Again, very tight rotation, though, right now over Highway 84 for sure. Over Pleasant Grove. Yeah, he said he's good. I made sure, but that's kind of crazy. Just to randomly text somebody. Yeah, dude, I'll do a face reveal, and then at 10 million subscribers, I'll do a I'll do a room reveal, because you've totally never seen the room that I recorded. Yeah, 100 mil subs, we'll do a name reveal. Davis voice reveal at 500 mil. Yeah, I'll do a voice reveal, yep. I will. 500 mil. In all seriousness, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We do this every day for areas all across the country. And we are so close to 3,300. We're at 3,289. We're 11 away, dude. We can do it. If you have an alt or anything, get your grandma to subscribe, get your cat to subscribe, get your motorcycle to subscribe. What's up, Sam? You missed a lot. In total, we have been live for over 3 hours today, and we're not even done yet, so I would appreciate a sub. That would make this all worth it. Now, I am glad that we're helping people, though. Because we've had some people watching from the warned areas today and around them, so I'm glad we were able to put some folks' minds at ease. Again, this is pretty concerning. I don't like how this is so tight. That's going to get taken out of context. At this point, though, it's really the only rotation that we need to watch super closely. Yeah, you missed a lot, Sam. I'm not even going to give you any context, but I'm just going to say 10-mile wide debris ball. That's what I'm going to say. Burrow Jesse texted me. He heard what I said. It's crazy. So, rotation continues there again, northwest of Whistler. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I promise you. You know what? I think we should let them see it, chat. Be prepared, though. Hopefully that wasn't a strong tornado. Well, it was a 10-mile wide debris signature. Chad, this is the reveal of the century. Imagine we just don't show it to him. We did. We literally did. Yeah. And you may be thinking, is that really 10 miles wide? Yeah. It's actually 11 miles wide, sorry. From edge to edge. It's on the ground for over an hour. Let's just say you missed a lot. It touched down 6:03 and it did not lift. Or all the debris anyway did not go away until about an hour after that. About 45 minutes ago. No, it's not hail. No, it's not. That is debris. That is not hail. Look at reflectivity. It's not hail. Wish it was. Do I know what a father... What? I'm sorry, what? Sorry. Again, strong rotation. They're still northwest of Whistler, Mississippi. Again, no confirmed tornado at this time. It's not a debris signature for anybody wondering. Again, at this point, we are just watching this one storm. Again, we've got our storm to the north approaching Butler, but it's not nearly as intense. Again, our storm approaching Waynesboro will cross Highway 45. Zillie's at 180. Yikes. Reminds me a lot of a hurricane that hit Acapulco. I don't remember what it was called. It was like sort of with a C. It's like Chris or something. Well, anyway, all you need to know if you don't know is rapid intensification. That's all I'll say. Height reveal at 3.28K. I've already revealed it before, but if y'all want proof, I will. We're already at 3.28K. I got trolled. Alright, Mr. Storm says he's good. He's alive, chat. The W in the chat for living and no fire. He said he might be on fire, and he was not, so. I guess I misinterpreted that a little bit. Burners failed or something, but they shut it off. Okay. What's up, Kansas weather watchers? Otis, thank you. I know I've had to Google that before midstream because I couldn't remember the name. I did not care enough to Google it this time, but it was still bothering me, so thank you. And there was also another one, like Hurricane Kate. It went from Cat 1 to Cat 4. West coast of Mexico as well, a little bit further north towards Tepic, I believe. But Otis was a different breed, dude. That would be quite comical and quite possible as well. Why did I just say that's quite possible? No, not a CC. Nope. Nothing that we can confirm anyway. My cat almost lit her tail on fire once. Okay. That's fun. Dude, what is this stream, dude? This is wild. But yeah, if you've not already, make sure to go sub over to the second channel. Davis's Games are going to be doing a lot more content over there soon. Jova? Okay. For some reason I thought it started with a K. I thought it was Kate. I know we had Hurricane Kate in the Atlantic this year, I guess, though, so. Or no, we didn't. It was Kirk. I'm an idiot. CC drop on southern tornado warning on one of the radars. Do we? Is it Jackson, Mississippi? Oh, wow, yeah. Okay. So, folks, that is now a tornado on the ground over Waynesboro, Mississippi. Seek shelter now. If you're in this area, you need to get to the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows and in an interior room. We now have a tornado on the ground. Thank you so much for that call out. I think it was Gooseman. This is a tornado on the ground approaching West King and the north side of Waynesboro. If you're in this area, seek shelter now. Things just got serious again. Okay. So again, tornado now on the ground on Waynesboro, or in Waynesboro, Mississippi, on the north side of town. This is approaching West King and Boyce. This is a pretty deep debris signature there. So again, if you're in this area, seek shelter now. Okay. Let me go ahead and make a post. Create post. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that is getting big. This is possibly a strong tornado, guys. This could go PDS. As of right now, though, what we need to focus on is getting this covered. So let me go ahead and get a post out about this, and then we will jump right into this, guys. Give me just a sec. Okay, so tornado now on the ground, northwest side of Waynesboro, Mississippi. We've got a significant debris signature approaching West King and Helwani. Velocities are off the charts with this. We are talking about gate-to-gate shear that is unbelievable. We are at 132 miles an hour. This is a significant tornado, and it is now PDS. Wow, that happened fast. So we now have a PDS tornado warning for Waynesboro, Mississippi. You got to seek shelter, guys. This is significant. Okay. Let me update stream again. Alright, so a PDS tornado warning is a particularly dangerous situation. These warnings are reserved for situations where we have a strong and potentially deadly tornado approaching an area that is populated. We've got a significant debris signature that pops up on the reflectivity. We've got velocities that are unbelievably strong. We've got unbelievable gate-to-gate shear. This is an unbelievable tornado. This is heading towards West King and Boyce. If you're in this area, you gotta seek shelter now. This is gonna be going south of Helwani. I mean, you gotta go. Hold on, guys. Okay. Let's see the CC. Oh my gosh. We may honestly have twin tornadoes ongoing. Yeah, it's not funny. We may have twin tornadoes on the ground on the north side of Waynesboro at the moment. This is a significant situation. If you know anybody in this area, please let them know what's going on. This is traveling along Highway 84 here. We've got potentially two tornadoes on the ground causing significant damage north of Waynesboro, Mississippi. If you know anybody out here, you gotta let them know what's going on. This is big, this is bad, and this could be deadly if the proper precautions are not taken here. This is a twin... Oh my goodness. These are twin tornadoes. These are going to cross Highway 45 within the next 5 minutes. Yeah, that's not good. It could be debris fallout. It is definitely possible, Gooseman. That's why we're saying potentially twin tornadoes. It does kind of look like debris fallout. But either way, significant tornado on the ground on the north side of Waynesboro, Mississippi. Again, you gotta run, not walk, to shelter. This is a dangerous situation. This is one of the more deadly tornadoes we've seen in a while here. So, again, if you know anybody out here, send them this stream. Let them know what's going on, because this is serious. Again, this is not looking good, guys. I'm just going to be frank. Luckily, it's going to miss Waynesboro, but it is going to travel up to the north. It's going to approach Emory, Evansboro, and Gilberttown. This one supercell has caused so many problems today. Again, this was originally our Southeast Macomb cell at the other end of the state. Oh my goodness. This has the potential to be one of the biggest tornadoes that we've covered on this channel in Mississippi if it continues down this track. This is significant, guys. We have a velocity couplet where it is basically, to put things in layman's terms, the tornado is so strong that it is breaking the velocities here, and we get this glitch effect where we have a area on the radar. You see those yellows in that green area? Even if this were super tight rotation, this likely would not be happening. So we've got a radar breaker here, most likely. This is a significant tornado, without a doubt. Hard blocks, if you don't know, you don't rate tornadoes based off of wind speeds that they may or may not have while they're on the ground. You rate them based off of the damage after. Right now, what we need to focus on is making sure that everybody is staying safe out here. We've got 100 against 25. So again, if you're in this area, you got to seek shelter now. This is probably one of the bigger tornadoes that we have seen today. Again, this is going north of West King. Okay. So, again, that changed. The tone changed there very quickly, too. I mean, it's been like it has been all day. I mean, we went from, joking around thinking that we were going to end stream to literally 5 minutes later, this is a deadly situation. And that is what is going on here. If you take a look at the actual wording for this tornado warning, at 7:53 p.m. Central Standard Time, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 8 miles northwest of Waynesboro, moving east at 50 miles an hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard, damaging tornado. Impact, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Again, if you're in a mobile home, you gotta evacuate, find a more substantial shelter. You don't want to be in a mobile home in a situation like this. It is the worst place to possibly be. Again, this is significant, guys. Wow. This, again, if this was moving through Waynesboro, it is quite possible that we would have a tornado emergency right now. Okay. So, we've got to stay focused in here, guys. Again, this is one of the more significant tornadoes that we've covered in Mississippi state history. Again, this thing is big, guys. There's no other way to put it. Moving right through Hawaii. Again, I am so glad that in a situation like this is not 10 miles further south. Again, if this was in Waynesboro, we would likely have a tornado emergency. Again, that is a huge debris signature considering there's almost nothing out here for this thing to pick up. This is going to be approaching Evansboro and Matherville. If you're in this area, you got to go. Again, I mean, this is... Okay, so the tornado has begun to occlude, it looks like. However, we still have debris in the atmosphere, and as many of you know at this point, if you've been watching us all day, for the hours that we've been streaming, and all the tornadoes we've covered, it doesn't matter if the tornado's lifted. If there's still debris in the atmosphere, it's dangerous. The way that people get hurt in situations like this, just to hit it home one more time for the rest of the night, if you have a tornado, a lot of people think the tornado sucks you up, you go up here, you go into the clouds, you fall out, and you die. That's not what happens. Not even close to what happens. What happens is the tornado does damage to a home or a building or a business. It picks up debris from that home, building, or business, and it flies. That debris flies at you. So if you're not underground, there is a good chance that you will get pieces of concrete, pieces of wood, pieces of shingles, pieces of glass thrown at you at a good 100, 200 mile an hour force, depending on the strength of a tornado. That is what's deadly about a tornado. So, even though the tornado has lifted in this situation, this is just as dangerous a situation as if we still had one on the ground. So you need to stay in your safe spot here if you are still in Matherville, Tokyo, or Gretna, Mississippi. This is a significant... Oh my gosh. This is a significant situation, no matter if there's a tornado on the ground at this point or not. Again, if there's one thing to take away from today, it's not the tornado that's dangerous, it's the debris. It really is. So again, anybody out here in this area, you need to stay in your safe spot. This just crossed Highway 45. We have to hope nobody was traveling across Highway 45 while that crossed, because that would be a very significant, potentially catastrophic situation. Again, thank goodness. I mean, this supercell has caused us so many problems today throughout the entirety of the day. And it's continuing to. Soon it is going to cross the Mississippi-Alabama state line. It's going to approach Evansboro and Emory. Again, this is a significant situation. No, they're not twin tornadoes. That is debris fallout. So, again, if you're in this area, stay in your safe spot. Wow. Again, that is a very large area of circulation. I mean, it is very likely that that was a wedge tornado. So, next up in line, again, Matherville needs to be on the lookout. Evansboro, Water Valley, Paragon, but Gilberttown. I see Arcs mentioning that there in the chat. That's certainly correct. Gilberttown is the next not really populated, but somewhat populated area in the track of this. And even if it goes north of Gilberttown, like it looks like it could, it's going to go towards Toxie. And even if it goes north of Toxie, it's going to go towards Needham. There are too many of these little small communities out here for the tornado to miss all of them. So what we've got to hope happens is that this lifts for whatever reason, whether it's a lack of cape, lack of shear, whether it's the poor storm mode, poor lapse rates, whatever it is, we have to hope that this lifts before it ends up hitting the Gilberttown area. Otherwise, we could have a very serious situation on our hands here. Again, this is big. So, everybody in this area needs to be taking shelter now. Not in 5 minutes, now, if you're in the tornado warning. If you're in Gilberttown or Toxie, you're fine for now. Prepare to take shelter, because even if this tornado occludes, they're going to issue a tornado warning. Rotation like this does not go unwarned. But you have got to really just be ready. I mean, there's not much else to say other than that. Have shoes on. If you're in a mobile home, know where you're going to go. Get ready to go there now, honestly, at this point. Again, this is a significant tornado. Again, this is about to go just south of Matherville. We've definitely covered this area before. Again, very significant tornado on the ground at the moment. Okay. Yeah, Corey Gherkin is in Toxie, ready to intercept this thing. He's had pretty bad luck with intercepting these tornadoes today. He's gotten really close to all of them, but he hasn't been able to see them. And let's hope that if I could stop voice cracking for 5 seconds, that would be nice. Let's hope that that stays the same in this situation here. Let's hope that this tornado stays off the ground. It does look like we have some debris fallout here over Matherville and Shibuya, so these areas need to be in your safe spot. I know you're not under a tornado warning, but remember, it's not the tornado that's the dangerous part, it's the debris. Again, if I want you to take away one thing from all the tornadoes that we've had today, it's not the tornado that hurts you, it's the debris. Whether you get that from the Columbia tornado, the Thomasville tornado, or this tornado, or any of the other ones, it's not the tornado, it's the debris. So again, this is significant, and we need everybody in this area to be taking this seriously and taking shelter. And this has been a crazy outbreak on a unbelievable scale, considering we started off the day with a slight risk. Unbelievable. It really is. Washington, Illinois showed that well. Dude, there's so many tornadoes that showed that well. It's crazy. I mean, it really isn't about the tornado. Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I'm not in the path of this, but it really isn't about the tornado. It is about the debris. So, again, if we see this recycle another tornado, that could be a serious situation because it is about to go into an area that does hold a few people. But we have no idea what's going on, by the way, with our North Butler storm because we have no radar view of that right now. Looks like we have some broad rotation approaching Pennington, but that's about all we can say. Stay in your safe spot. Guys, the CC up there is debris fallout from this tornado. It's not a new tornado, but it is big-time debris fallout. So, stay safe. Okay. So, again, I really wish that we could say with a definitive yes or no, is there going to be any more tornadoes tonight? But we really can't. I think the best thing to do for now is just to keep streaming. I mean, we have been live for a total of, nearly 4.5 hours now. Maybe not 4.5 hours, maybe that's a stretch, but it's not too far off from that, realistically. Okay, so they did extend the tornado warning in Alabama. It's still an observed tornado warning, but it is not a PDS. This includes the south side of Butler, Needham, Toxie, and Gilberttown. All you guys need to seek shelter now. If you're in Butler, you're kind of sandwiched in between these two storms here. It looks like you're going to miss both of them, but just to be safe, take cover. Again, areas that are like Gilberttown, Needham, you guys got to go. Really, everybody in this tornado warning, we hope that you guys take this message seriously and get to your safe spot. So again, this has produced multiple tornadoes at this point. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we are here to help. That's what I'll say. Again, I think we've done a sufficient job. I think that we've helped quite a few folks out there today that have been in the path areas of these significant tornadoes. But again, we're not done. We're really not. Again, we can't end off a stream while we have a PDS tornado warning. And all the debris at this point is north of our warning polygon, so everybody in this area should be in their safe spot. Okay. Okay, guys, please like the stream. That helps push this further into the algorithm for the people that need this coverage, because this is a serious situation. Okay. Again, I think it's safe to say that so far this is, it's already the biggest tornado outbreak of 2025. So far, that is. And I don't know if we're really going to have anything come too close to this for the next couple of months either. Again, I mean, there's no real way to say it at this point, but what I can tell you is that we are having a little bit of a handoff going on here. Or a tornado up to the north, again, it's occluding, and then we've got this little area of rotation popping up to the south, so we could end up seeing another tornado here. What's up, Cy? What's up, Indiana? You guys popped in at the same time. You missed a lot. So I don't even know. At this point, we have had so many big tornadoes. I don't even remember what everybody was here for. Just know, if you don't know the context, we have had a wild night. We'll just put it that way. Again, we just had a wedge tornado in Mississippi, PDS and everything. And again, it's doing a velocity couple of handoff right now, so even though it just occluded, it looks like we could get another tornado here down to the south. So areas like Isny, Emory, I know you're not under this tornado warning, but you should be prepared to take shelter within the next few minutes. In fact, I'd just go ahead and do that now. Again, our storm to the north is hard to see because of poor radar coverage, unfortunately. Not much we can do about that. But again, this debris signature, this is a debris signature. This is fallout, guys, from our tornado. So if you're in this area, stay in your safe spot. That's not good, because these folks up here are not under a tornado warning, so they're not in their safe spot, but they really should be. So if you know anybody out there along the Mississippi-Alabama state line, please, please send them this stream. I mean, this is going to be something that we're going to be here for a while. I mean, this is a truly catastrophic outbreak. There's no other way to put it. So again, PDS tornado, if you're just now tuning in, northeast of Waynesboro, Mississippi. Now crossing the Mississippi-Alabama state line near Gilberttown, Needham, and Toxie. We've talked about this area before several times. Again, significant debris fallout approaching Needham, so get ready to take shelter there within the next few minutes. In fact, you should really already be in your safe spot unless you've got an emergency going on. Again, if this is what we're seeing today, I really fear for what Saturday will look like, because it's basically just today, but on a more potent scale. It looks like it's going to be higher end, and we're not going to be here for it. So I'm kind of stressing over that, but right now there's no point in that. We need to focus on what's ongoing, the situation that we have now. At this point, our tornado has completely dissipated. There's no handoff at this point or anything that has any sort of strong rotation with it. So that's good. Let's hope it stays that way. We do still have actually some stronger rotation with our storm up here near Indian Springs, it looks like, but again, such poor radar coverage, it's hard to tell. So we'll see if they reissue that tornado warning or not. I'd guess probably not. But if it re-strengthens, we certainly could see that happen. Okay. Let's go ahead and get Jesse back on the stream. My phone's a little bit charged up now. Alright, he could not call, unfortunately, it looks like. Okay. So, at this point, we can definitively say that we have no ongoing tornadoes. However, again, still debris fallout there. A lot of it off to the west of Needham. So if you're in this tornado warning, you need to be in your safe spot. Underground if you can. If you can't get underground, get on the lowest floor of a sturdy building in an interior room and away from windows. This is kind of the hilly, like, not really Appalachian, but kind of south of Appalachia region of Alabama and Mississippi that's not super populated, but we do have a lot of these small communities out here, like Lisman, Butler, Pennington, Myrtlewood, Linden, Demopolis, kind of South Appalachia. Um, we may have some broad rotation trying to develop with our line approaching Ottagaville. Obviously, a very infamous tornado location for recent history. In fact, West Montgomery as a whole is. But anyway. Okay. At this point, it looks like we are seriously, for certain, absolutely, this time, on the downward trend here, at least for the near future. Now, are we done? Are we not going to see any more tornado warnings tonight? I can't tell you that. However, things are not nearly as likely as they have been that we continue to see a few more tornadoes. Let's see. Let's go over to our SB Cape. Yeah, I mean, we've got 1,500 joules per kilogram more of Cape here across sections of southern Mississippi and southern Alabama. Our shear at this point is still cranking, but it's going to be a little bit more favorable, a little bit further to the north, but a little bit further to the north, we don't have as much Cape. It's that classic situation, but I think south central Alabama, certainly we could end up seeing a couple more brief tornadoes tonight as this line continues to push through. Yes, Richard, we have had several tornadoes with quite a few homes significantly damaged or even destroyed. We no longer have a PDS tornado warning. But let's actually see. What are our SIGTOR parameter values? What have we got here? They're still somewhat high. Again, maybe a brief tornado at some point tonight, and then maybe as late as tomorrow morning. But wouldn't bet on too much else tornadic-wise, if that makes sense. But again, I think at this point we can kind of start to wrap things up here. Again, we've done 4 hours of coverage today, so I am knocked out, to be honest with you. Alright, see ya, orcs. But before we do end off, I do want to make sure that we answer any questions that you guys might still have about tonight's event or Saturday's event or really anything upcoming here in the near future with our severe threat. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the chat below. Kind of want to push this stream out over 2 hours. We need to be here for about 7 more minutes to do that. So we'll kind of chill out here for a little bit. Again, if you are new here, please do subscribe. We did 4 hours of coverage today, so that would make this well worth it. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to help some people out today. Seems like we helped a lot of people that were in the target zones for a severe weather threat, so that's good. I think Mr. Storm, did he go live again? Before his house almost burnt down? No, he did not. Levi's not live, Jesse's not live, none of the boys are live. You know what? We do have PA Storm Trackers up. We'll redirect you guys over to them whenever we end here in a few minutes. We're not quite done yet, so if you guys want to stick around for a few more minutes, that'd be just fine. Okay, and it looks like we may have a little bit of broad rotation developing with our line here in Alabama. So we'll have to watch out for that. But I think it'll mostly just be a wind threat, but we do have a little bit of a hook echo there, potentially trying to develop near Ottagaville. Peace out, Mr. Twister. Yeah, he lives in Colorado, but he's been sending me Pokemon Go online gifts over from Hawaii and California, and it's been interesting. What's good, Matt? Yeah, whenever we end stream, let me see if I can get this redirect set up. Whenever we end stream and redirect over to PA Storm Trackers, everybody go spam like Davis's Weather Raid. That sounds awesome. Let's see. How do we redirect? Can we go... Yeah, I think everybody was under the impression that I was ending right now. We're not quite yet. Live. Redirect. Perfect. PA Storm Trackers is the first thing that popped up. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Oh, Jesse's eating dinner. Okay. Redirect. PA Storm. I accidentally clicked on their stream that was scheduled for tomorrow. Oh wait, no, that's the right one. Okay. We chillin'. So whenever we end off here in a few minutes, go over there, show them some love. Floor reveal at 2K. What am I even saying? Floor reveal would be insane. Do a floor reveal, yep. Okay. Dude, we'll do a floor reveal at the end of the stream, trust. You guys literally see the floor right now, but... I need to do something with my life. I've streamed for 4 hours today. It has been crazy, though. I will say that much. This has been a wild event. I will say I was a little surprised whenever they introduced the 10% hatch tornado risk, and I was shocked whenever I saw a 30% risk on NATOcast. Still definitely don't think they deserve to throw that out there, but say I generated still got a long way to go to match human forecasting levels, so... You know, what can you do? But this has been a crazy event between the Columbia, Mississippi tornado, the Waynesboro, Mississippi tornado, the Thomasville, Alabama tornado, the Bassfield tornado. We had so many other tornadoes as well today. You know, brief or, you know, wedging out for an hour. They all did some sort of damage in some way. So I hope that all these communities that have been impacted by this manage to rebuild, prepare for the next event, which, again, looks like our next big tornado outbreak is going to be Saturday. It looks like it could be even bigger than what we dealt with today. So, again, unfortunately, I will not be here for that, as I will be at National Storm Chaser Summit, but it sounds like we might be trying to set up a stream for it between me, Vincent, or as you guys know, Mr. Storm, Levi, and Jesse. we may end up doing some sort of stream. We're definitely going to get a ton of footage for some, and I'm going to come back with an awesome Summit vlog. Again, I'm kind of just doing a little piece out here because this is going to be my last stream for probably at least a week or so. We will have videos out and everything forecasting for this Deep South event, but I don't get to connect and chat with you guys with a video, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know, what can you do? So again, I think that's all I've got to say for you guys. So again, thank you all for tuning into this live stream. Again, we've got the redirect onto PA Storm Trackers. They are awesome people. They've allowed me to use their feed for severe weather coverage like today. So make sure to go send them some love. And again, remember, it's gonna automatically send you over to that stream. By the way, you don't have to look for it or anything. Whenever this stream ends, it's gonna automatically send you over there. Remember, spam Davis Does Weather Raid, or don't spam it because you'll get banned. But put Davis Does Weather Raid, a couple of times. I'll go over there and do the same. I'll pop in there, I'll hang out for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go do something. But, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys all in the next one.